1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I am your host, the Working Class Guru, here to help employees actualize themselves to create their own spirituality traditions in society that exploits them, alienates them from their work, and puts them under the jackboot of an oppressive corporate hierarchy. And I'm here to teach the employers to have a heart, to just reach out and be noble, because we have to get along in the capitalist society, and it doesn't help to have evil bosses. I'm here today to talk to you about a given issue that's been arisen, not an issue so much as it's just a facet of our ever-changing contemporary society. I'm talking about fake gurus or fake guruism, entrepreneurialism, a new onset and appreciation for the super expressive, successful, capitalist, bourgeoisie person. And one of the people who is the most active about this is CoffeeZilla. You can check him out. And he goes into great detail showing and exposing some of these, for all intents and purposes, these gurus who post their information on the YouTube. I almost said television there. We're not on television anymore. Things have changed, man. Things are different around here. We're on YouTube. And what we're basically going into detail here. So I'm going to talk about just what causes the fake gurus to arise, why they're here, why they're present among us, what are the facets of our own social consciousness that led to their arrival, how to live with them, cope with them, worship them possibly, because they're here to stay. They're not going anywhere. And in general, just if you're more susceptible to it, how to actualize and spiritualize this for your own internal gain and well-being, at the same time realizing that this is a facet of capitalist religious practices. So just basically follow and subscribe to my channel. Help me to grow. I beg you, please subscribe, please. And I will help you. If you're a working class person, I'm the working class guru, and I'm not just for the working class people. I'm also here to help general employers as well understand the plight and the conditions of their human livestock employees. So I'm the working class guru, but there are fake entrepreneur gurus out there who have products on the market ready for you to consume, who have these pop-up ads that are kind of obnoxious. They're always selling you how to get rich quick, things like, and they're always sort of adjusting to the times, trying to teach you, sell you courses, PDFs. It really started, we really saw the beginning of this back in 2015 with Ty Lopez. The whole here in my garage, and he was showing off his luxury Lamborghini. However, this sort of thing has been an ongoing relevant spiritual institution in our society. If you going even so far back as I think the 1920s, it originally, as far as my knowledge goes, it really sort of came about with it was Napoleon Hill, Dale Carnegie courses that started projecting that ideal that they were selling products that teach people to get rich. And they were getting rich, teaching people to get rich. It's sort of a cyclical, snobby, snake oily thing that was going on. And its modern permutation goes from people as Zig Ziglar, Ryan Tracy, I think his name is Ryan Tracy, and of course the ever-beloved Tony Robbins. Now, I don't want to bring any sort of pejorative attention to these people, and I don't want to be diminutive of their importance in society, but we need to, in order to discredit them, we call them fake gurus, and when you call them fake gurus, and this is in the sense that was made popular by CoffeeZilla, the YouTuber, but that calling them fake gurus is more or less alluding to just the courses and the products that they sell to people and what they create and get people to give them money. But I think it is not really doing so much of a service to, addressing the underlying problem or the underlying basic basis of what these people are doing. They're not the products. Yeah, you can go out and you can buy their products, and they don't get you. You find out that it's not going to get you rich. In fact, that they're going to ask you to buy even more products, and when you buy even more products, you get weaseled in, and they take you for all your worth. CoffeeZilla really does a good job of. I'm not going to go into the detail of who does what. I'm just here to state that there has been an influx of these quote-unquote fake gurus selling their products and selling their services. Well, the reason why this functions so well is when we go back to the way that capitalism, the arbitrage of capitalism between the social classes, the capitalist class of the people who hold the lion's share of the economic value, the economic income, so to speak, and the vast majority of people, the working class peoples, who are being somewhat exploited in a way to which they are either relinquishing their time and effort in the form of labor, or they're relinquishing their paychecks in the form of paying for stupid things that they are not really doing them any good. And these are the basic way that this propagates is because of the going back to the arbitrage between, or as some of the members of the Frankfurt School, I think it was Antonio Gramsci or Althusser, who talked about an articulation of interest being expressed within the given propagandas at that time, or the texts is what they would call them. They would call any sort of mediated imagery, movies, magazines, newspapers, were all in a sense expressing a subjective worldview that was being projected by the capitalists, because they owned the means to those propaganda producing institutions. Hollywood, we have Fox News, MSNBC, CNN, even YouTube, I guess. I guess even YouTube in a sense can be a vessel of these ideas, or rather that these ideas are so inherent within capitalism themselves that their popularity gains even when we create an open platform for expression for all peoples, because the stranglehold of this idea of success, we're still trying to beat the dead horse of freedom and equality for all people, and that is just not going to be a possibility. The idea that we can what these fake gurus do is that they go online and they try to sell their products, but it's always peppered in with these vast luxurious images of Lamborghinis, and they're throwing money at the camera so that you turns around and there's just a pile of money. Is that what we're witnessing in ourselves is the symbols and ritualistic meanings, the iconography that we associate as people who are subjects of this capitalist system, associating with almost a sort of divine essence to it, a fetishized meaning signifier behind this imagery. And so by seeing that, it is inherently a priori good, because we've been so indoctrinated into this system of whereby monetary gain is the ultimate definer and measure of worth in the class hierarchies. And so the way that these gurus, the things that these gurus are doing or selling, or they're not very. It's not going to be at the top of the list with the BBB, Better Business Bureau. But the qualities and the testaments that they're espousing upon, these testimonies, and they're almost like prophets. There's a reason why they're called gurus. This word comes from the practicing in Hinduism in India, where you would have a spiritual leader who would take it upon themselves to take under their wing the flocks of those who wished to receive the same sort of enlightened virtues as they. And these gurus are tapping into the same this strange. It's the strangest sort of thing being a part of it at the same time. I understand, but in a sense, our society has a religion to it, and that religion is capitalism. Our religion is money. Money is God. And when you go around throwing symbols of Benjamin Franklin up in the air, you ride around in a helicopter, you're essentially ascending from the heavens. I saw this one where there was a guy who started his advertisement out, and the craziest thing, he came in a helicopter ascending from the heavens like Zarathustra himself. And they adopt all these spiritual signifiers, and people are eating it up. It's become an industry. I don't think that their product, and the problem was that their products are not very good. However, I don't think it's problematic that people believe in the religion of capitalism. I think that we maybe need to be a little bit more extreme about it. However, be smarter with our wealth. There's people there's other YouTubers who project this sort of lifestyle gurus and whatnot that are here to teach you how to get rich and to help you to tap into the deep spiritual essence of what it means to be an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur almost becomes the word of what an acolyte is for these fake gurus. It is as to capitalism. Entrepreneur is as to capitalism as a religion what Christian is to Christianity. It is what a Brahmin is to Hinduism. It's just language that further ensures a sort of ethno-religious quality to the given economic landscape. It's where we have ethno-religions, people that tie religion to ethnicity. I think that we have econ religion, and it's a tie between religion and economy, which is strange to say, but at the same time, though, the real reason why these gurus are coming about has a lot to do with just the way that Americans are spiritual. And money has a lot to do with spirituality. It's the reason why Tony Robbins, think about how Tony Robbins gives his sermons. You can compare Tony Robbins to any preacher on the planet. He gives sermons attesting to a better lifestyle, but he's ultimately a multi-million-dollar business. And that's what makes this important to realize, is that we are basically religious about making money, and from that is where we get the fake gurus. Whether or not their products are any good, or whether or not they're exploiting their ability to soothsay into the very fabric of the people's spiritual ecstasis of fundamentalism for capitalism, I can't say. But I mean, what they're doing is not just about selling products. It's also about maintaining the prophecy of money. Money is God, people. All right. So if you find this entertaining, or if you like to play it in on the background, then just go go down below and subscribe and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Tell me about your horrible job that you hate in the comments, or just if you're an employer, tell me about some terrible employees, and I can help you how to either I can address issues and help you to better alleviate some of the problems that come with just being dissatisfied and unengaged in a system that puts you under the boot of your capitalist overlord. Or I can also help you as a capitalist overlord try to better take care of your human livestock and to look over them in a way that when you're a shepherd, you take care of your sheep. You want to know every single one of them. When you're a earthworm farmer or whatever, you want to make sure that you're feeding them the right food so that they get nice and fat. You take care of your employees the same way. They're your number one asset, are your employees. And so I'm here to spread the good news, spread the gospel of capitalism in the same way as the fake gurus, but only in a different way. I'm talking about the working class guru here. I'm not here to preach the religion of success in capitalism. I think that we need to have a very different set of values in order to move forward and reform the capitalist system without there being any sort of violent revolution. We want to leave the violent revolution to the early part of the 20th century. Leave that to the Bolsheviks. We don't want Antifa getting in charge here. We don't want the fascists or the socialists to become the next front runner. All right, so that's that. Subscribe and like.